Hello, my name is Mark Phillips from Progressive Property. I buy for Mark and Rob, as well as the portfolio building team. Today we're going to go through Rightmove. We're going to find some below market value properties and identify areas for you, whether you're investing or whether you're buying for your family home. Key areas and key points to make it a success. I hope this will help, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.
Hello, right, now we're going to go straight into Rightmove. What we're trying to find out is good property within your area, whether you're looking to do flipping, buy refurb, remortgage, or just buying it for your home investment to move into as a residential. Right, Rightmove. Rightmove is your research search engine. With any area that you're looking to buy a property, you need to do lots of research. Research is key for every day. I do it every morning, first thing, and no different to buying an investment or your home. Okay, as purpose of today's exercise, we're going to do my search and show you the sort of types of property that I would normally go for in Peterborough. So, okay, as you'll see, Peterborough, Cambridgeshire. Search engine radius, I would always look up to 5 miles within your area, so it's easy accessible. If not, and you're in London, you need to be looking up to about a 1 mile, 3 mile maximum radius, because obviously it's more confined, more compact with property. Property type, as you'll see here in the 2 tabs, I'll buy anything. Investment wise, I'll buy anything, but if you're specifically looking for a house, then fill in here as you'll see, house. Flats, apartments, bungalow, land, so it gives you a good insight to what you're looking for. So let's go for houses. So they work really well, 3-bedroom, ex-council, on an estate, local to amenities, and the amenities that you need to be looking for would be schools, transport links, shops, anything that's going to attract tenants, because we want tenants to stay there long term. It is their home. 90% of tenants on ex-council estates know people, live there all their life, want to be close to family, want to be close to these schools, because the infrastructure is already there set up for them. So a lifetime change is very unheard of. We're looking for people who want to be in these areas because they know the areas very well for the rental. Okay, number of bedrooms. So we've said house, number of bedrooms, no minimum, because we want to keep as many properties as possible open, and we look up to 3 bedrooms. If you are looking for larger properties for your home residence, then again change that little tab here. What I want you to do is be able to find a property sitting at home. You can identify and see the 2 difference in prices from the lower end and the higher end, so you capturing below market value property. Moving on, price range, again no minimum, because if we can get them cheaper, even better. The maximum budget is your budget, not anybody else's, it's your budget. So look at the fact that how much you're looking to spend and stick to it. Yes, if you're looking up to 100,000, which we do, you might go to 110 as the market's changing, and again this is important, keep an eye on the market, see what prices are moving around. So for today's purpose, 100,000 you should be able to get, or I should be able to get, in my area, Peterborough, a good property that will rent out below 100,000. You'll see in the top right hand corner retirement properties. If you don't fill these tabs out, you will get retirement properties, and with retirement properties you can't rent them out. They're 55, 60 years or over, they are serviced, so the service and maintenance are very, very high. So we always put non-retirement. So, and always take your time when you're doing this. You know, make sure that you do fill out all the boxes, because it just narrows the gaps really within your search down. Shared ownership, again, shared ownership. We used to sell a lot of these properties when I was an estate agent, but you can't sublet them within the contract, because they're part buy, part rent, and within the contract, when you part rent the property, it still stay. You can't sublet these properties, so they're no good for us. They look cheap, but there's a reason for it. added to the site anytime. So this box here, as you'll see, include under offer sold subject contract. This is very important. Please tick this box. The reason why I'm asking you to tick this box is the fact that it will show sold properties in this area, so it'll give you a good idea what's been selling, what's not selling, and sort of end values as well. But it's more for your comparisons. Okay, let's find some properties. Straight away you will see estate agents, premium listings, featured properties, which is great. Sometimes you can pick up a little cheeky deal from these as well, because a lot of people look at them and go, right, nothing there for me, it looks a bit too glitzy, let's look straight down. But sometimes I've bought deals which have been sort of sitting there staring you at the face and managed to get, you know, below market value. This tab here, please look at the right hand side, at the higher side. Highest price, so sorting by highest price, most recent or lowest. At this stage, initially we're looking for the lowest price, so please tick that. Automatically it'll change. So you're looking at the bottom end prices. You will get some caravans. Unless you like caravans, then really you will sort of really troll through a lot of these properties, and you'll probably find that you'll be sitting on Rightmove for a few hours, but it's well worth it. 4 hours on Rightmove could save you £10,000. That's how impact Rightmove can have, and spending a little bit of time making sure that you do your research, you know your local area, you know your amenities, you know what you're looking for, and you know the types of tenants that you probably will attract by the end of the day. Right, so again, lots of caravans. We're not interested in these sort of things. What we want is a freehold property, and I'm looking for purposefully for today a 3-bedroom. Okay, obviously the prices are going up. As you know, the market's moving all the time, and you know, it's not a bad thing. Everything works in block form, so you pay for a higher at the now, it's worth more money later. So, you know, when you come to revalue it, it's already gone up in value. Moving on. We're in the 85,000 now. I'm trying to do this relatively quickly for you because, you know, when you're sitting here listening, looking at obviously Rightmove, this is a guidance, this is indications really how to find something which is below market value, so you can see there's added values from day one. Yes, when we are buying properties that need work, always go by the motto that we work to: every pound you spend, you want £3 back. So, you know, £5,000 refurb as a light refurb, you should be looking 15,000 at the remortgage valuation. So it's very important. Oh, here we go. Right, it's a great one. In fact, this is one of mine. So this is actually gone through now, but sometimes you'll see Rightmove leave them on. 3-bedroom house in Orton Goldhay. Doesn't look the best, but we're not looking to live there in this purpose. This is an investment only. It's on with an estate agent, so we're using estate agents. We're not using any leaflets or direct to vendors. We're using estate agents, which 95% of most deals that you'll deal with will be with. So again, we'll have a little look through. Relatively good condition. I would probably put a 5.5 refurb. Probably get this outside cleaned up, revarnished, repainted, just to give it a good first impression. Nice 4-piece bathroom suite, shower, bath, wash and basin, WC. A little bit dark, so it needs a freshen up in paint, but a good property. This property here, you know, you'll see a lot of old prices here, 87, 50,000. You know, sometimes they are historic values. Use Rightmove to every ability it gives you. It tells you it's a terrace, it tells you it's got a kitchen diner, it'll give you some little features close to a local amenities, this ideal start home or investment as realistically priced. This part here, this is another good way of finding what's in the area. So you will use these two sort of pictures, location, as well as the map to find out what's local to the property itself. So you can zoom in, look at some green areas, which normally is school fields or fields, any hospitals, stations, easy access, road links, main road links here, so it's good for anybody looking to get to town or going out of town looking for business. So again, it's important. You can also click primary schools, secondary schools, and it sort of identifies where the local schools are in the dots. So again, 3-bedroom house, it's a family home. You need to look at these. What you can also do to find your rents is go into the rental part, which is up here. You can get the postcode through Google, so you can also sort of highlight this area here, Hinchcliffe in Orton, Peterborough. You can also highlight this area, put it into Google, and what this will do, it will give you another map. So using Google, so you're coming off Rightmove, and it will also give you the postcode P25SZ, P25SR. So this will also give you the postcode for that local area. Don't worry if there's a couple of different postcodes, because that's just one side of the street to the other. You just want to find out that sort of area within a half mile, what they've been selling for, end value as your comparison. So that's give us an indication of what the postcode is when you're looking for comparison properties or you're speaking to estate agents, because we want to make sure that when you go into a estate agent, you're armed, as I would say. You know what the values are, you know what you're prepared to pay, you know what's a good price, and you know what's a top price. So at this stage we're seeing properties at 90,000, which I think is a good price. What we need to do now is look at property at the higher price, so we can see the sort of spread and the equity that we will have in this property. So when we do the work, if we're looking to refinance or if you're looking to flip the deal, you know what sort of values the end value should be. Okay, so if we put in the postcode now, which we got off Google, because we're going to use Hinchcliffe as a good example. He says P25SZ. You will get this from time to time where the Rightmove or Google doesn't pick up the postcode RH. But don't worry. You know, this is all a learning curve. Things doesn't happen overnight. You know, the more you're on Rightmove, and I would always recommend last thing at night or when you get a spare half an hour anyway, just go on Rightmove, see what's new, what's not new. You'll get used to Rightmove, and you'll also see things that have just come on the market, and you'll also see things that have been on the market a little while. So you can also make note of properties that might have been on there, you know, a month or two, to then speak to the agent and see if the owners are open to offers, and then maybe use that ability by being on Rightmove so much to get some other deals as well. Okay, 3-bedroom properties. So no different on Rightmove when you're looking for a sold property or a higher value property. You've put your postcode in, now we're in the search, because what we want to do is funnel this down. Yes, You can start from 5 miles, you can start from 10 miles, but ultimately when you're looking for property, you're looking for things that are accessible to you to manage or keep an eye on if you are looking to rent the property out and manage it yourself. So we're funneling down your search engine because we want 2 similar properties, one at the lower end, one at the higher end, within easy access. Okay, so we're looking at a 1 mile search engine of PE2. Type of property is houses. Number of bedrooms, you can be more specific now, so you're looking at 3 bedrooms only. We don't want to look at 2 bedrooms because it'll just give you more properties which are not relevant to the 3 bedroom that you wanted to get a comparison at. Price range, I would start minimum of 100,000. You could start as low as 90 because that was about 90,000. And then your highest value, go up to 125 if you're looking in that region. Obviously more if you're in London or your area is a little bit more. So you can probably 50, 60,000 above if you're in London to obviously get that spread. So price range 90 to 125 because I'm at the lower end market, and 125 is your stamp duty. Remember, up to 125, no stamp duty. Everything over, up to 250, you're looking at obviously 1%, and then your 3% and 5% as you go up the prices. And you can get this all off Rightmove, government websites, Google. Use these websites to find out what stamp duty and price ranges they are. Okay. Still fill out these: non-retirement, non-shared ownership, anytime. Click sold under offer. So what we're doing now, we're looking for a comparison property. We found this one at 90, which is good. You know, some of the prices here, don't be worried about this because market's changing all the time. So don't be worried about old prices. You know, what's it worth today, what you could resell it for today, what you could refinance it is for today, not for 6 months ago, 12 months ago, 2 years. Markets are always changing. As you know, we've noticed a big change in markets over the last 10, 15 years. So, okay, let's find a good comparison straight away. Well, straight away we found one. Medworth, Golday. This one, Orton Golday, Hinchcliffe. In fact, if you go on to here, this is a 3-bedroom terraced house. It's exactly the same house, offers in excess of. That's how easy you can find deals. Below market deals, whether it's for an investment, flipping, selling on, it doesn't matter. That's how quick and easy you can find things when you know your areas, and we're funneling these down. So yes, it's not sold, so sometimes I always like to find a sold property because it's genuine then. It's not something that's on the market, because you can also look at that and go, well, it's like 125, they're a little bit optimistic, there's 35,000 below market value I'm getting. So sometimes it's don't always take the first one. Have a look through. A couple of bungalows. And, you know, Rightmove will tell you most stuff. Orton Golday, slightly different style, but again, in nice condition. This one's sold as well, and as you'll see, sold subject to contract, sold up here. In fact, what agent was this through? That's Browns. Okay. So again, have a look through. Compare it to the one that you're looking at, because you want to see what have they done to make it better, to make it look nicer, to get the higher value. So it's quite contemporary, quite modern, quite bright, clean, tidy, everything that what a tenant would want. You don't have to go overboard with your refurbs. What you need to do is make it clean, tidy, livable property that a tenant will want to stay there forever. Okay, we've got a couple here now. 115. This is probably the best comparison, realistically. You're looking at 90, you're looking at a Marsham 3-bedroom, same style of property, relatively good kitchen, not a lot of work to be done to rent the property out, and you're looking at 115. So at 90,000, you know, you got a £25,000 equity straight away from day one. You know, so, and again, as we was talking about earlier, 115 it's on the market at, or we've seen them at 115 sold. The one before was sold subject to contract, but then you've got property sold nearby, and you've got the lower end. So it shows the market's moved. So it's a good area. It's a good area because the prices have got growth, and that's something else important. They haven't gone down too much. In fact, they haven't. They've gone up by 20,000 or more. So when you see an area that's got growth, it's an area that you should look closely into, because it's about the amenities. It's about what can attract tenants, investors, etc. to those areas. Because if you ever want to sell or flip, sell on, whatever you want to do regarding your strategy, it's important to have this research. Okay, let's have a look at a couple of more, because we've got one at 90, got another one sold here, another one here, Stagston. So again, another one sold subject to contract, 115, in relatively nice condition, with a little conservatory off the back. So what I want to make sure you're clear of today is you're looking for both ends of the scale. The cheap properties that need a little bit of work, a bit of tender loving care, and you can identify those cheap properties, but also you can identify the higher end value, because that's the ultimate goal. It's no point buying investment property expecting 20,000 or more within your equity share, and then you're buying at market value that you can't refinance, you can't sell on, the rental doesn't stack up as well. So when you're packaging deals, the cheaper the better the yield, the better the cash flow, the better the fee that you can charge selling on that deal when you package it together. Another one here in Marsham, 112. So realistically, as you can probably see, they are coming down a little bit. You know, 110, 110, 110, 110. I think that's where they'll bottom out, 110. So you can see 20 grand quite easy. This is in not brilliant condition either. It's okay, don't get me wrong, a little bit dated, but I would want to change that kitchen. So when you've got to do a refurb, you're looking at 110. When you don't need to do a refurb and you want to sell it on and you've done the refurb and it's all in nice condition, you are looking at the higher end, 115. Realistically, 115 I would say. But when you need to do a lot more work, you're looking at 90, 95, because you're adding value. Most people look at refurbs and go, God, 125, especially first time buyers, and it puts them off. But as an investor, this is gold. You know, more work, the better the cheaper price it'll be, the easier it is to negotiate with the vendors of the property to get it even cheaper. But providing that you've done your research, first and foremost, before you go and attack these estate agents asking for below market properties without any armour, you're not going to get anywhere fast. You're going to be binned, as we would say, and you don't want to be binned, you want to be the banker. You want to be offered deals below market value, but to get there you need to know your market and your property that you're targeting within your area. So just a quick run cap. First thing, jump straight on Rightmove. Look for properties within a 3 to 5 mile radius of your area. Fill out all the boxes. Fill out shared equity, fill out price, how many bedrooms, retirement properties. Remember, as we say, known, your local area, 5 miles, very straightforward. I always look at every property, but for today's purpose we're looking at houses only. Some people don't mind leasehold, But when you're looking at leasehold, remember, look at the maintenance and ground rent charges, because that's against you. Ex-councils, a lot cheaper. So again, remember, you're buying this for an investment, then don't worry about ex-councils. If you're buying it for residential, you'll have your own requirements. You might want purpose built. So sentimentally, you will pay a little bit more, but we want to show you by using these tips to get at least 10 to 25,000 below market value. Prices, again, rooms, 3-bedroom, fill out all the boxes, and then make sure you tick this box here, sold. These properties are sold subject to contract. Use Rightmove to its ability. A lot of people go on Rightmove and don't use it to their full ability. They don't use the maps. They don't find out what local amenities are local to where you're looking to buy. It will tell you everything. Click the boxes. Test it out. Find out how close the schools are. 0.3 of a mile, 0.4 of a mile. You know, it will tell you everything that you need. Unfortunately, people just run past this, expect to jump into an estate agent. Yes, whether you're a cash buyer or you're having a mortgage, it's irrelevant to estate agents. They will ask you the questions what you're looking for. So if you do know what you want, what sort of budget that you're spending, you know, don't be specifically vague. Just be open and just make sure that you have got an idea of what you want. I hope that's helped. This is just really just to hold your hand to start with, give you some little tips for when you are starting out to find an investment or to find your family home below market value, and to find comparisons by using Rightmove. So when you go into your estate agents, you got more confidence, you know what the prices are, you can go on government websites, find out the LHA rates, so your own local government website LHA rates, so it gives you an indication of what rental ability you can achieve.
Hello, I hope you found that really useful. Rightmove is a great source and tool to get the best out of what you're buying, whether you're buying for a flip, you're buying for an investment, whether you're buying for equity. A couple of the tips that I want to obviously make sure that you can go over, which are crucial areas: looking for amenities, looking for hospitals, schools, utilities, to make sure that you can get access to road links. So the important thing is to find all those things, because as I said, if your strategy is to flip the property, hold it, package it up, whatever you're looking to do, or for just a family home, you need to know all this information. So use it wisely, keep on Rightmove, research more and more every day. So hopefully that will work for you as well as it's worked for me and Progressive Property. Bye bye.